let's talk about where the housing market is headed in 2025 because there's a lot of differing opinions. If you ask Zillow, they'll tell you that buying a house will become more expensive, but lower mortgage rates will make buying a house more affordable. And of course, if you ask the Mortgage Bankers Association, they'll tell you that the housing market will boom in 2025. Here's the reality. Nobody knows for sure what's going to happen in the housing market, the stock market, or the economy in 2025, but what I want for you is to be a more smarter and educated investor by understanding the different factors that will impact the housing market in 2025. And that's what I'm going to lay out in this video, so make sure you stick with me until the end. What we do know is, of course, that 2025 is going to be an interesting year, which is one of the reasons why I'm hosting a free live and virtual wealth building workshop on January 7th, where I'm going to be going over how you can, number one, systemize your wealth in 2025. Number two, how do you find unique investment opportunities in 2025? Well, we have a new president coming into office, while we also have a lot of economic changes happening. And then, of course, how do you actually research those investment opportunities? If you'd like to join me on this free workshop on January 7th, all you have to do to join is register using the link down in the description below. I have two times, one in the morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then again in the evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to join and secure your spot, the link is for you down in the description. Now, let's go back in time to understand how we got to where we are today, that we can get a better understanding as to where the housing market is going. And our housing market cycle that we're in right now really started back in 2012. What happened in 2012? So 2012 was when housing prices really hit rock bottom, and then housing prices started to go up, which really started the real estate cycle that we're in today, because real estate prices, like stock prices, like our economy, are cyclical. They go up and down. The average 30-year fixed rate mortgage in 2012 was around 3.65%, and the median house in America was selling for $238,000. Now, if we fast forward to 2019, 2019 was an interesting year. Number one, because it was the year before the pandemic, and then number two, this was also the year where the Federal Reserve Bank started stimulating the economy before the pandemic, because there was worries about the economy slowing down back in 2019. So in 2019, mortgage rates were actually falling because the Federal Reserve Bank was cutting interest rates. So mortgage rates fell to 4.1% in 2019, and the median house in America jumped up to $320,000. Then, of course, came 2020. 2020 was a weird housing market because, number one, the Federal Reserve Bank cut interest rates to stimulate the economy. Number two, people were scared to go outside. And number three, nobody knew what was going to happen in the economy. So we saw mortgage rates fall to 3.3%. And the median house in America went up a little bit to $330,000. But then things really started to change in 2021 when things kind of started to go back to normal. In 2021, the housing market boomed. I wrote the numbers here so it's easier to see. We saw mortgage rates fall even further. The average mortgage rate in 2021, 30-year fixed rate, was 3.1%. We had people buying houses at even under 3%, but the average rate was 3.1%. The housing prices now were booming. We saw the housing market jump, and the median house in America was now $390,000 because everybody was bidding on houses. You had bidding wars everywhere. People were outbidding one another, and housing prices shot up. Then fast forward a few years to 2024. Then what happened is mortgage rates went up. Remember, the Federal Reserve Bank rose interest rates as a way to fight inflation. Mortgage rates jumped up to an average of around 6.8% in 2024. Interestingly, in 2024, the Federal Reserve Bank cut interest rates, but mortgage rates actually rose through 2024 because of concerns about the economy and the national debt levels. The mortgage rates at around 6.8% in 2024. The housing prices also went up. $420,000 was the median housing price in 2024, which means over the last few years, not only did home prices go up quite a bit, but mortgage rates also went up, which really made housing significantly less affordable. Take a look. Let's assume you wanted to buy this median house in 2019. The median house in 2019, remember, was $320,000. If you put 20% down, that means you put $64,000 down. Back in 2019, you could go out and get a mortgage for around 4.1%, which means your monthly mortgage payment would have been around $1,240 a month. Now, if you wanted to buy that exact same house in 2024, it's going to cost you a whole lot more money. Remember, the median house in America in 2024, about $420,000. So you're paying $100,000 more for the same house. That means if you put 20% down, you're going to be putting down $84,000, not the $64,000. And then you're not going to be able to get a 4.1% mortgage in 2024. You would have gotten a mortgage at around 6.8%. Which means now your monthly mortgage payment wouldn't be $1,240 a month. your mortgage payment on that same house would be around $2,200 a month in 2024, just over the span of 5 years, trying to buy the same median style house. Now, let me show you one last thing to really put this into perspective. What this tells us is that the median house price in America has jumped up by around 31% according to these numbers. Now, of course, this varies neighborhood to neighborhood. Some neighborhoods have seen much a larger jump in prices. I'm just going to go by the median numbers that we have. At the same time, the median monthly mortgage payment has gone up by around 77% over the last 5 years, while the median household income in America over these same 5 years has gone up by around 20%. Which means if you rely on your salary, like many Americans do, not only have house prices gone up significantly faster than your incomes, but the median monthly payment on that same house has gone up many times more than how much money you might be making from your job. This is why housing has become so much less affordable for so many people, because incomes have not gone up fast enough, and many people are relying solely on their incomes to pay for all their expenses and don't have the investments to increase their wealth values. So now that we've laid the foundation of how we got to where we are, the question that you have is what's going to come in 2025 and beyond? And to understand that, there are a couple things that you need to pay attention to. More specifically, it's supply and demand. Because when you have more sellers than buyers, then generally you see home prices fall. But when you have more buyers than sellers, home prices will go up because now the buyers are fighting against each other to buy the house through more bidding wars. When you have more sellers, meaning more supply, now the sellers are fighting against each other by cutting the prices of their homes. This is why supply and demand is so important. And more specifically, there are three main factors that you want to pay attention to in 2025. That is, number one, the inventory, the number of homes available for sale. Number two, mortgage rates, because that can impact your affordability of a house. And number three is the general economy, because as the economy is growing and people feel strong and confident about the economy, they're more likely to buy a house. If the economy is crashing, people don't feel very comfortable making a very big purchase. So let's go through this one by one, starting with what's going on with inventory with a chart from the Federal Reserve Bank. Take a look. As you can see here on this chart, new construction starts for housing is actually slowing down. Now, there's a lot of reasons for this, but one reason why a lot of construction companies slowed down their starting of new home builds in 2024 was their concerns about mortgage rates. Remember, in 2024, the Federal Reserve Bank cut interest rates, but mortgage rates went up out of concerns about our economy and national debt levels, and mortgage rates impact housing affordability, so that created more uncertainty for home builders, which might be one of the reasons why we actually saw a decrease in the amount of applications and starts for new housing. Now, of course, during the election, we heard President-elect Trump talk about wanting to increase the construction for housing, but we'll see what actually gets passed. By the way, this is one of the things that we keep you posted on in Market Briefs, which is my free financial newsletter. If you haven't joined that yet, I got the link for you down in the description. The second part of inventory is not new construction, it's people selling the houses that they have. And the problem that we have today is that almost half of homeowners in America today are sitting on a house with a under 5% mortgage rate. So if you have a 3% mortgage rate, you might not want to sell, because if you go from a 3% mortgage to a 7% mortgage, it's not very attractive. And this is where mortgage rates can impact the demand side and the supply side, because on the demand side, if mortgage rates fall, you might feel it's more cheaper or affordable for you to buy a house, so that can impact demand. But it can also impact supply, because if mortgage rates fall, you might not feel so bad going from a 4% mortgage to a 5.5% mortgage. But it's a lot bigger when you go from a 4% mortgage to a 7 or 8% mortgage. That's where interest rates can impact both supply and demand, especially in the housing market that we have today. The second thing has to do with interest rates. Now, I've talked about this not just today, but in multiple videos, which is in 2024, we saw mortgage rates go up, not down, despite the fact that the Federal Reserve Bank was cutting interest rates. The reason for this is because there's been more concerns about the economy and our national debt levels and how much money the government is spending. This has created concerns about inflation, the dollar, and all of these things have had an impact on mortgage rates. Why? Because of something called treasury yields. I'm not going to go through the full analysis again in this video because I've done it a lot just in the last week and 2 weeks. So you can watch one of my previous videos. But what you need to understand is that the Federal Reserve Bank is going to be less aggressive with cutting interest rates in 2025. We don't know exactly what they're going to do, but they've kind of hinted that they're not going to be as aggressive with cutting interest rates in 2025. Now, of course, something can change, but that's what we know as of today, which means we might not see a big drop in mortgage rates in 2025. unless something major happens, which of course we don't know of. So it doesn't look like we're going to see a huge drop in mortgage rates, although everybody has an opinion, and we'll see what actually happens. The third part has to do with the economy, which I've made multiple videos on. Please watch some of the videos that I published over the last 10 days about the economy, because this is a whole video in and of itself, not to mention that I'm going to be going over this on my workshop on January 7th. But the economy will impact supply and demand, because if we have bad things happening in the economy, people are going to be less likely to want to buy a house. But it could also force some people to sell their house if they have equity or if they can't make their housing payments. So the economy impacts demand and supply, because if we see the economy growing, then people feel excited to want to go out and buy a house. They feel more comfortable to make a purchase, and hopefully you will see wage growth so more people can hopefully afford a house. Now, will we actually see the wage growth? We'll see what happens, but that's the goal. And this is where there's a lot of uncertainty in the economy, like always. But in general, a stronger economy leads to more demand in the housing market. And it can also impact supply, because if you have a strong economy, maybe somebody will say, I have more equity, I want to realize this equity, I don't want to do a cash out refinance, I want to sell my house. Or a down economy could force some people to sell because they go into foreclosure or because they need to get out of this house that they can no longer afford. That's why you want to pay attention to these three things, and that's what will help impact the housing market in 2025. And this is where I want to get your opinion as to what you think is going to happen in the housing market in 2025. Will the housing market continue to boom with higher housing prices in 2025, or will we see a slowdown with maybe potentially lower housing prices in 2025? Let me know down in the comments. I'm looking forward to reading what you have to say. The stock market just took a nosedive because the Federal Reserve Bank just admitted that inflation is apparently still a problem, and you should ignore everything that Trump says and expect less interest rate cuts in 2025 because apparently inflation is still a problem. This is what Jerome Powell, who was the chairman at the Federal Reserve Bank, said.